Everybody's got hurdles, everybody's got difficulties. I have a little bit more, but it's just a little bit more. It's not a big deal.
Congenital amputee, Crohn's disease sufferer, a man who has battled clinical depression. But these are mere side stories in Ali Jawad's journey to world champion powerlifter.
I've got like a motto since I was a kid. I used to say like, why be the best when you can be the greatest? You know, that's what drives me, just to try and push the boundaries of what the human body can take, you know, strength-wise.
Ali's remarkable story starts in Lebanon. He was born without legs in the Middle Eastern nation in 1989, a time when the country was engulfed in civil war. Eager to give their son a better life, Ali's parents decided to emigrate to London when he was just 6 months old. At the age of 15, Ali got involved in powerlifting and excelled instantly.
I got up to about 100 kilo on my first ever day of benching, and the gym literally stopped. And I thought I'd done something wrong. And I was like, all right, I'm really intimidated, I'm getting out of here. Because you had some really big guys just stopping there, whatever they were doing, just to stare at me.
Ali went on to lift bigger weights, winning national and international junior titles in the process. In 2008, he was selected to represent Great Britain at the Beijing Paralympics. However, the day before the big event, he experienced chronic stomach cramps. Determined not to miss out, he soldiered on, but lifted way off his personal best. When he returned to the UK, his condition worsened.
So I took the week off training, did the normal things, kind of like going out with mates, seeing people, just things that I've sacrificed that 2 years, and then suddenly collapsed in agony. I was on a night out, collapsed in agony, and I thought, right, something's very wrong. So I demanded that I kind of have blood tests, and that was a very scary time for me.
Ali was eventually diagnosed with Crohn's disease, a lifelong inflammatory bowel condition. His doctor advised him to give up powerlifting.
I think it broke me. You know, my dream since I was 6 was to try and win a gold medal at the Paralympics, and then suddenly to be kind of diagnosed and told, it can't be done with Crohn's disease. I was like, well, you know, what do you do? Yet again, I was probably more heartbroken, thinking, you know, I was developing really well, and suddenly the whole world kind of just collapsed.
In 2009, Ali retired from powerlifting. However, following a major operation later that year, he was determined to give the sport another go. He adopted a new diet and training program that would enable him to compete. Little over a year after returning to the sport, he went to the 2012 Paralympics in his home city, privately eyeing a medal. After successfully completing 2 lifts, Ali was adjudged to have failed a lift of 189 kilos, which would have been good enough for silver.
I thought I got it. The crowd went crazy because they thought I got it. And then I obviously looked at the lights of the referees, and it was 2 reds to 1 white light, so it means I didn't get it. And I was like, it's either that's really harsh or they've seen something.
In one of the most controversial decisions of the Games, Ali was ordered to re-lift around 15 minutes later. Such was the judge's uncertainty. Yet, the same fate befell him.
Because I was so cold, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. My muscles were killing me. When I was pushing, I got literally my whole body spasmed. All my muscles in my body spasmed, so I was cramping. They said it was no lift again. And I actually couldn't lift myself up. So I kind of collapsed on the floor because everything was kind of tensed and just couldn't move. I was in agony. So I had to be kind of helped off the stage. But yeah, that picture would always kind of, that picture of me on the floor in pain was kind of, it summed up my 4 years.
In the aftermath of the London Paralympics, Ali's life spiralled out of control. Unable to handle the emotional fallout from the Games, he secluded himself away from those closest to him. He turned to alcohol and started binge eating and was diagnosed with clinical depression.
You know, I kept waking up in tears. I was very depressed. The diet went out the window. I caused, for my binge eating, I kind of caused my last flare, and that put me out for a very long time. Yeah, I didn't want to do anything. I hated the sight of the gym. I hated the sight of the media talking about 2012 and how successful we were, and you know, because I wasn't part of that. You know, I just wanted to be kind of left alone with my chocolate cake, and kind of just like I just wanted to, you know, be by myself. Didn't want to talk to anybody about it.
With his career at breaking point, Ali held crisis talks with his coach, Tom Whitaker.
And he goes, you're only 23. He goes, you can't retire at 23. He goes, you're so talented, you just need a break. He goes, if we can control your Crohn's for longer than 5 months, if you can be in an environment where you can train optimally every single day, and you've got no distractions, and I'll give you the best team around you, then you have to give this a shot. You can't walk away. So obviously, you know, when he said it like that, I thought, you know, he's got a point.
Ali decided to commit to the sport once again. He relocated to Yorkshire so he could be closer to Tom. And this year, the 25-year-old has validated his coach's belief in him. In July, he clinched a bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games. But it was 3 months previously in Dubai where he achieved his biggest accolade to date, a gold at the IPC World Championships, and with it, a new world record.
The achievement in itself of winning the World Championships is phenomenal, based on the fact that the standard in the sport is so high, the physical qualities required are enormous, but also reflecting on what he's been through in the last 2 years, and in the time from London back to Beijing, the obstacles he's had to get past to put himself in a position to then go and win a World Championships. I'm sure Ali would have bitten your hand off if you'd have told him 3 or 4 years ago where he was going to be now.
For me, like, I still, right now, it's not really sunk in. It's still like a dream that a good dream that I've had and I've kind of got something out of. But yeah, that day, it was just the most incredible feeling, having, you know, the national flag raised, knowing that, you know, not only am I a world champion, but I broke the world record again. So the consistency was there. You know, it was incredible.
Heading into 2015, Ali is in a much better place than he was just over a year ago. He's currently studying for a degree in sport and exercise science, and his aspirations in powerlifting remain as high as ever.
I need to win a Paralympic gold medal. I think the only way I can kind of, you know, forget about the emotion and the depression and everything that came along with it was I've got to win in Rio. And if I don't achieve it, then I can look back going, you know what? I can be content about not being Paralympic champion because I've given it the best shot. Nobody can fault me and say that I didn't. So at least I can, like, if I don't win in Rio, then I can definitely walk away going, yeah, I gave it everything. I laid it all on the line. And even though I'll probably be known as the Neely man of the sport, I can deal with that because I've given it everything.
Subscribe now to our YouTube channel for the very best of Trans World Sports.